This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2014 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 1LT Coupe.
And this one is equipped with the Z51 Performance Package.
This C7 is painted in Arctic white.
It does come with smart key access. Frameless windows. On the driver's door panel, you got some storage, speakers for your sound system. It does have a premium Bose sound system. Got the button to release the door.
This vehicle does have power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors.
There is an emergency manual release for the door as well.
Standard on the 14 Corvette Stingray is leather seat upholstery, and this 1LT comes with the black interior color scheme.
Both of the seats do have partial power adjustments, white contrast stitching. On the key fob, you got the buttons for lock, unlock, your remote start, panic, and your rear hatch release. And a start, of course, along with smart key access, and has push button ignition. So just make sure the key fob is in the vehicle. Put your foot on the brake and hit this button.
Now, there really isn't much to say about the absolutely legendary Corvette that hasn't already been said. Dubbed America's sports car, the iconic Corvette debuted back in 1953 and is still in production to this day. As of 2021, the Corvette is in its 8th generation. The model is known nowadays for offering performance that is on par with the world's top exotic supercars, but with a much lower price tag. Now, this video would be way too long if we went over every detail of the Corvette's incredibly rich and illustrious history, both as a production car and in motorsports. So right now, let's jump into the Corvette we're looking at today. This 2014 model represents the Corvette's 7th generation, otherwise known as the C7, which was produced from model years 2014 to 2019. The C7 is also notable for being the last generation of the Corvette to be front-engined, as the Corvette began using a mid-engine layout with the introduction of the C8 Corvette in 2020, marking the end of the Corvette's 65-year run as a front-engine car. While numerous performance variants for the C7 would be introduced like the Z06 and ZR1 later in its run, the only main variant of the 2014 Corvette was the Stingray, which ended up serving as the base configuration. It is powered by the LT1 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 making 455 horsepower, paired to either a 7-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic transmission. Body styles include either a 2-door coupe with a removable targa top like we have here, or a 2-door convertible. One notable option for the 14 Stingray is the Z51 Performance Package, which the one in this video is equipped with. Aside from cosmetic changes like upgraded rims and painted calipers, the Z51 package also adds a plethora of upgrades to further improve performance, such as larger brakes with slotted rotors, an electronic limited slip differential, more performance-altered gear ratios, a dry sump oil system, transmission and diff cooling, among several other upgrades. The 2014 Corvette Stingray comes in the following trim levels: 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT, all of which can be had with the Z51 package. The Corvette's closest rival in 2014 was the SRT Viper. A 2014 Corvette Stingray was also the pace car in the 2013 Indianapolis 500.
The instrument cluster houses 3 analog gauges, including your speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge, and it also has this large information display which houses your tachometer. Now we're on vehicle info, then you got your performance displays, G-forces, performance timer, and whatnot. All your additional gauges. On audio, now we're scrolling through radio stations. Phone, paraphone. Navigation, no route active. And you got your settings. It has a 3-spoke design, leather-wrapped, multifunctional steering wheel. Right here you've got your cruise controls. You got your radio favorites, presets, and your volume. You've got the controls for your digital gauge cluster, along with your hands-free phone and voice commands. And on the back of the spokes, you've got paddle shifters to manually shift the transmission. The steering wheel is power, tilt, and telescopic. Got your rear trunk release, some storage right here, your power mirror controls, panel dim. Got your exterior lighting stock. Got your wiper stock right here. Going down the center of the interior, you have a speaker up top, air vent, passenger airbag indicator, hazard light button. Right here you've got your MyLink infotainment system with a touch screen, and the screen is retractable. Behind that you've got some storage and a USB port. Volume power knob, go over that infotainment system in a bit. Got some of the shortcut buttons for it, physical controls. This car does have dual zone automatic climate control. Right here is your driver's side temperature control, and then the passenger side temperature control is right here. Nice Corvette plaque here. Power outlet. Cup holders. The vehicle's parking brake is electronically operated. Of course, angled in towards the driver. Drive mode selector with the traction control button on top. So as for driving modes, you've got weather, eco, touring, sport. As you can see, it changes the gauge cluster, and then finally track. That is pretty cool. I'll go back to weather. This one has the 6-speed automatic transmission with manual shiftability. Put it in manual mode, and you can use the paddle shifters. And putting it in reverse does reveal a backup camera. You have a center console with some storage, along with another power outlet, SD card slot, aux port, and 2 USB ports. Frameless rear view mirror. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors and lights. Now, while this is a coupe body style and not a convertible, these levers are to remove the targa tops. And finally, just a quick look at the MyLink system. Audio screen. Your climate controls also come up on here. And now we'll have a look at the engine bay, but not before rolling down the driver's window. Both windows are fully automatic.
The Z51 package adds these 19-inch front and 20-inch rear 5 split-spoke alloy rims, and the ones on this car are painted in gloss black. They can also be had in sterling silver or chrome.
And this one's got the black calipers. You can also get them in red and yellow.
Under the signature front-hinged hood of the 14 Corvette Stingray is the LT1 6.2-liter V8. It's a naturally aspirated 16-valve pushrod engine with direct injection, and it pumps out 455 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 460 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM. Horsepower and torque figures are upped slightly when equipped with the available performance exhaust. Sending power to the rear wheels of this Corvette is the optional 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode. It can do 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds. Running on recommended premium unleaded with an 18.5-gallon fuel tank, the Corvette Stingray with the automatic transmission gets an estimated 16 mpg in the city and a pretty impressive 27 mpg on the highway. It uses a 4-wheel short and long arm double wishbone suspension, and stopping the Z51 is a set of 4-wheel disc brakes with slotted rotors and 4-piston front and rear calipers. Weighing in at about 3,300 pounds, the Stingray Coupe also has a perfect 50-50 weight distribution.
As you saw earlier, the fuel door is on the driver's side, and it does have a capless fuel filler. Quad exhaust.
The Corvette Coupe, which is technically a 3-door liftback, offers 15 cubic feet of cargo space. Thanks for checking out this tour of this 2014 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 1LT Coupe with the Z51 Performance Package. As always, stay tuned for more videos.